Fing Fang Foom is ginormous, bigger than Godzilla and all those monsters.
It's pretty much the Dragon Ball Z dragon.
Like it's
Shenron.
But
he ain't gonna grant no wishes though.
No, he ain't granting no fucking wishes.
Nah, he grant you death.
Yeah, and there was an Ultimates version of Fing Fang Foom that was brought out where literally the dragon was in all armor.
But how is the not to go off topic, how is the Marvel Cinematic Universe going to pull off these huge villains?
Easily.
How are they going to pull off Galactus? Like,
Easily.
First of all, I thought they failed with Dormammu. Dormammu, I thought they failed. Whenever they try to do a bad guy, larger than life, I think it gets cheesy. So remember, even in the horrible Green Lantern movie, that big entity in space.
That was DC.
Well, even still, but it's still a big villain. How do you pull off a big, or like even
they pull off Ego?
Well, but they had to be clever about it.
You're talking about Parallax.
Parallax, yes.
Yeah,
remember, he was ass. But even with
like
Ego,
a floating turd.
They had to shrink Ego into a human form, which was not in the comic. He never turned into a human.
He never turned into a
right. If you're asking that question, you're going to say, how are they going to do Celestials?
And they're going to do that
because they are
that's
huge,
fucking enormous.
But you saw
literally the head of a celestial.
But you saw
planet.
But you also saw
just like James' video says, what you guys got to watch on YouTube.
Shameless plug.
But you saw one destroy the planet in Guardians of the Galaxy when the Collector was explaining the whole story about the stones. They're going to put. This is Marvel. Anybody doubt Marvel? Like, come on, man.
Okay. The only large villain they actually put was Unicron. Like, Unicron was a ginormous, even though animated.
That was to say, it's animated.
But even still, they pulled it up where you're going to have a villain that is not just like a big, like, I can't even fathom.
You saw
what
Ego
you
the
are.
planet though. When they did that shot, you saw the whole planet. His face was
for 2 seconds.
That's all. That was good enough for me.
If you want to get an idea of how to do like giant characters done well, you can't just have a giant thing out of nowhere. You have to build up to the giant thing. I recommend watching Gurren Lagann.
Get out.
Get out. Why? That show is great.
It's a good show.
Even remember Malbolgia in the Spawn movie? Another huge, cheesy.
Well, that was also because of the CGI.
That was so
at that
old,
time,
man.
That was dated by the CGI.
Like
they made the Violator look great.
They just need to prove to me they can do it. Yeah. They need to prove they can do it because, again, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, you can, the Pacific Rim had big creatures, but
yeah. And that worked.
Dragon Ball Super.
Now you
the Dragon God.
You
the Dragon God.
That was great.
We're kicking everybody out right now.
Everybody's getting kicked
out.
I don't know.
So is it safe to say that everyone here is sold on Disney Plus? Is everyone here going to get Disney Plus?
Oh, of course.
So
first off, the bundle pay.
Tell your bundle. So tell us about Disney Plus, AJ.
For right now, limited time offer. I think it's until like September 2nd or 3rd. I have to double check this.
You get a free ShamWow.
Buy 2 years of Disney Plus, get the third one free. So you guys are committed to at least try it out, but are you committed to 3 years off the rip?
Yeah. Call in now will include a set of steak knives.
but you got to remember, you're not just getting Disney Plus, as in you're not just getting Marvel. You're getting Disney shows. You're getting Hulu, ESPN Plus.
We're getting a live action Lady and the Tramp, baby.
God, get out!
Get out! Get the hell out right now!
And hold on. We still haven't even talked about the Star Wars news that
that's
dropped
pretty big.
as well.
We gotta.
Hello there.
So let's
And
touch
by
on
the way,
that.
they're going to be doing a live version of Song of the South.
Man, we ain't not having
I
that
just
shit.
had to get. I just wanted to feel the awkwardness.
Using a hologram of Al Jarreau.
What? James, you're going to be singing in a hologram?
Yo.
Didn't I tell you that?
Now,
here is just fine.
Now the two of
So
you
you're gonna be
get
at
No
out.
one's going to get that reference.
So you're gonna be at the Star Wars land at Disney World.
Jervin and Ed are the only ones that haven't had to get out yet.
If James ain't Al Jarreau's son, I don't know what the fuck is
we do
going
need to
on
have
right
a cartoon
now.
bird land on their shoulder. Good morning, Mr. Tweety Bird. All right.
Somebody out there animate that for us. It'd be great.
What are we talking about?
So you got a couple things that Star Wars dropped. Of course, the Clone Wars is coming back February 2020. You also have
And that's after a hiatus because they ended that show. That was a series finale.
Yep, they ended. It was been a while since it's been dormant. Now they're bringing it back.
Bring back Andy
Last
Tarkovsky.
season, though. Last season confirmed for Clone Wars.
Bring back Andy Tarkovsky.
They're also doing a prequel series for Rogue One with Cassian Andor and K2SO.
Does anybody want to see that?
Yeah, I don't get that because
It's
I
gonna be
love
very
Rogue One. I didn't need
spy-ish.
to see anything else.
Yeah,
I don't think they need to add anything to it.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Then you got the Mandalorian, of course. That's a big one. And then there's the Kenobi series.
General Kenobi.
And literally, what Mandalorian, another Game of Thrones actor, right?
Who is that?
My man, the Viper that fought the
Oberon?
Mountain.
Oh,
Yeah, Oberon.
Huh.
Did not know that.
Oh, he's the Mandalorian.
That
makes sense.
He's the
That makes sense,
Mandalorian.
though.
That's dope.
That makes sense, though.
So this is not about Boba Fett. This is just a Mandalorian.
It's about bounty hunters.
It's a
Yeah, it's bounty hunters.
Mandalorian.
First
it
of all,
would be the last of the Mandalorians.
there's a nerdy side of me I'm going to admit, but I used to read the Star Wars fan fiction books, or the
Nerd.
well, I used to read the
fan
one
fiction
where,
books?
the Star Wars book. The Star
Do you still
Wars,
think Luke Skywalker is married to Mary
no,
Jane?
but I read. Wait,
The extended universe.
yes, I
He
read.
never got ass, bro.
I read the books on the bounty hunters where they had like IG-88. That you saw
Yes.
that little robot in the middle and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's cool that they're bringing all those bounty hunters in. Dengar.
Sarah Singh.
Yes, and that's going to be kind of
Bosk.
cool, right? Bosk, that the little lizard-looking creature. See, it's a shame I know the name of these things because I used to love those books. But I'm actually I'm probably going to get Disney streaming just to watch that show. I mean, just like I got the DC streaming just to watch.
No, they need to make
Titans.
a Thrawn series, and a good Thrawn series, not this bullshit with Rebels. They need to follow Thrawn.
Who the hell's Thrawn?
Thrawn is the Grand Admiral of the Empire, and he is an alien, which it's not always shown, but the Empire is very xenophobic if you're not human.
Oh yeah.
What you talking about, Willis?
But he rose to the rank of Grand Admiral, which essentially the only people above him were Grand Moff Tarkin and the Emperor. Well, and technically Darth Vader. But he is brilliant. Like everything he's done, they've written him in the old school books that are no longer canon and the new ones, which are canon. And both times he is just ridiculously intelligent, ridiculously evil, and he's like playing the Emperor too, like completely outpacing.
Are you trying to say that he is smarter than Admiral Akbar, the fish-looking face?
It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. So
That's smarts right there.
Read up on him. Seriously.
So real quick, let's spread this around the table. We got a couple minutes left with the podcast. What are our thoughts now? Like, of course, we got all this stuff coming out for Disney Plus for Star Wars. But, of course, the biggest thing was the new trailer for Rise of Skywalker.
Ugh.
And so much, like, theory fodder and, like, so many different plans that what we thought was going to
The
happen.
Jedi
is not
Swiss
gonna
Army
happen.
knife.
honestly,
It's going to be nuts.
What I think, just looking
Which
at
we
the trailer,
also released a video for.
Yes, and it's
Shameless
doing really good.
plug.
YouTube.com/Partynerdz.
If you guys are watching us, make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube because it's blowing up right now. We got some good videos, one of which is what exactly Ed is talking about. The Star Wars, the whole trailer. By the way, I think one thing that people miss in this trailer is the fact that when they show Rey at the end, not when she pulls out the Swiss Army knife, but before that, you see a battle between the light and the dark.
Yeah,
so it's blue.
there was like a cliff battle,
and
yeah.
red. Like
I was
going
going to
on.
say, guys, I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious that she's seeing it just like Luke saw Darth Vader and then himself.
Right.
So we're saying that was a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Yes,
vision.
That ain't real. That ain't happening.
I'm calling it now. It's going to be a hype-ass movie. 2 hours in, it's going to seem like it's the ending, and then it's going to be a time skip.
Agreed.
Time skip, like, towards the last third of the movie, and then that last hour is going to be, like, setting up, like, some, like, shit's going to
Massive
hit the
shit.
fan.
Because you got to
and
set up the new trilogy, and that's coming out in
the new
like 2-3
trilogy's gonna
years.
have nothing to do with
Do you
Star Wars.
think-
Another
wait,
trilogy?
Another trilogy.
no,
But
Yeah,
they just did a montage.
by the Game of Thrones guys.
But I'm saying they just did a montage.
And Ryan Johnson.
Kind of like just replicating all the
Yeah, I
past
know.
8 films and then going into this one.
I know.
You mean we're going to get another fucking trilogy?
Another
you think they're
fucking
not
one.
gonna put this money on the table, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Time out.
Oh, we lost Spider-Man. All right,
Shit.
7 more Star Wars
Wait,
movies, please.
no, not only that. Let's give it to the guys of Game of Thrones. And you know what? The one director that got us like the massive decline that we've seen with this series.
Let's
put
bring him
in
back.
it. Let's put him in it.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this Rise of Skywalker is going to fix anything that's been messed up? I think
Yes.
this movie is going to be a surprise
I
hit.
think J.J. Abrams is gonna save this shit. That's the question.
Because they're not showing you anything. I mean, it's getting close to December, and you haven't really seen a bunch
haven't
of
seen
anything.
Yo, it's 4 months away if you think about it that way.
This is much different than the past couple of years where you've seen a lot more. But I think because of last year's disappointment, not necessarily numbers wise, but just based on the whole story arc, I think they're like, you know what? There's nothing to talk about, so let's give them nothing. Whereas before, like, ooh, who's Rey's father? Or who, there's no questions now.
Doesn't matter.
I have no questions about this movie.
All those
You
questions
have no
will be
parents,
answered,
bitch.
though.
You're a clone.
All those questions will be answered. That's the good thing, at least.
Do you think all those questions?
They said they were.
So there's going to be no cliffhanger if we're going to get 3 more motherfucking movies?
No, because it's going to be like probably in a completely different.
It's like it's going to be like his great grandchild.
Do you know what all I need to hear?
Skywalker.
We have the trilogy of trilogies. We don't need any more.
Steven Skywalker.
He's like, hey guys, I'm not good with this thing. Oh, Steven.
Because I'm about to say, at the end of The Last Jedi, we found out that there is more Jedi out there that are Force sensitive because that little kid with the fucking broom.
Rue it.
Like,
sweep it.
Pulled the fucking broom to himself. So there's a lot more people out there that are Force sensitive.
We'll have to see where they take it.
Maybe.
Real quick before we do, I do want to mention a couple of things. Next week we're going to be doing our podcast about fans, about the influence of
when fandom dictates art.
When fandom dictates art,
specifically social media.
Yes,
Oh,
and we
yeah.
do have a caller calling in, and this young lady is currently on the Power Ranger show, the Beastmasters, and she is in line to be possible Kate Bishop. So Leanna Ramirez will be calling in next week. It'll be a good show. But we are going to get into, like, you know, the Boss Logics, the people out there, you, the fans, like us talking right now. This makes a difference now in Hollywood. There was a time where they were like, yeah, whatever, you guys, screw you kids, whatever. Yeah.
It was nothing.
Send fan mail. I think you guys should, screw you kid. Oh, Venom, that's a good character. Let's steal that.
Don't do it.
You know, so we're going to be getting into that.
Partynerdz, 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 Partynerdz.